And so I was telling you about this guy, or the guys, because always a guy. And then the guy will say, well, Iraq was a distraction, Afghanistan's a real war of terror, and then they usually enumerate why we need to be in Afghanistan. We need to be in Afghanistan to catch Osama bin Laden.
Was it 9/11 an inside job?
Hey, I am talking. These people pay big bucks to hear me. So, yeah, right? And so, yeah, you have to let me finish, because if you say crap like that, I get all my train of thought. I can't focus.
Sorry.
So one of them is we have to get Osama bin Laden. Isn't Osama bin Laden convenient? One of these days I'm waiting for the news to say he's hiding in North Korea, because they really would like to bomb North Korea too. Another reason that we need to be in Afghanistan is stop the opium trade. There was no opium trade before our invasion. The Taliban had stopped that. I think we really went in to start the opium trade back up, because we need drugs to have a war on drugs. And then another reason that we need to be in Afghanistan, of course, is to stop the Taliban. You remember the Taliban, the ones that George Bush would host in Texas from time to time, the ones that we supported in their war against Afghanistan. But the most exploitive reason that these so-called liberals or peace people give me is that we have to be in Afghanistan to save the women. And that's exactly what Laura Bush said. So did they agree with Laura Bush when she was saying it for the past 8 years? Or did they all of a sudden have an epiphany that we need to be there to save the women? Now, look at me. I'm a raging humanist. I don't even say I'm a feminist, I'm a humanist. I think everybody's rights need to be protected. It doesn't matter what you look like, or what you look like, or what gender you are, or whatever. Everybody's rights need to be protected. But as a peace activist, I don't think using the U.S. military to kill women and children is a good use to protect women. It's not a good use of the U.S. military. And if we were there to save the women, why aren't we in Saudi Arabia? Why aren't we in the Congo? Why aren't we in South America or Thailand? Why aren't we in Thailand, where big U.S. businessmen go and rape little girls and boys to protect them? Why aren't we in South America, where slaves, women and children, construct our crappy products? Or China, or wherever. Why aren't we in the inner cities in America protecting women and children? Or protecting the children of women? So that's just, if anybody came here to ask me that question, you don't have to now. Because I just answered it. And then after I go through all of this with them, I say besides all that, if you believe that Afghanistan was for anything but a pipeline, if you believe that Afghanistan was about anything but for profit for the military-industrial complex, for the Rajasthan, did you support it when George Bush was president? 100% of the time they say no. So this is my point. My point isn't whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. It's the system. It's the system, it's the military-industrial complex. It's Wall Street. It's the bankers. It's the media. Or did you just say media? We're on the same track, sister. Yeah, it's the media. It's all of these things collaborating together to keep us oppressed, to keep us poor, to keep us funneling our children so they can fight in robber class wars. And the 10th robber class myth, which my brother in the back is going to like, 19 Muslims with box cutters caused 9/11. Now, am I saying that 9/11 was an inside job? Maybe, I don't know. But what I am saying, the first myth, America is the greatest nation in the universe, that's our foundational myth. That's the myth that causes us to believe the official story of 9/11. Why would we believe anything that comes out of the Bush administration? Why would we believe just automatically trust something our government tells us? In other countries, they don't understand this about us. They have healthy skepticism about their government. They don't believe anything their government tells them. They actually do research, and if they don't like something, they'll protest. Not just like protest on a Saturday when the robber class is not even there. They'll go and they'll turn cars over and shut cities down. And in Mexico, when Calderon stole the election from Obrador, they shut down that city for 5 months. What did we do the last 2 elections that George Bush stole? Oh, that's really too bad, but American Idol's on tonight. So that's what leads to believing that 19 Muslims with box cutters caused 9/11. And, people say, oh, don't be a conspiracy theorist. Well, how can you be a coincidence theorist? There's so many things that are wrong about what happened on 9/11. And we need a valid and independent investigation, not that sham of a mockery of a report. And so, number 10, 19 Muslims with box cutters caused 9/11, is the foundational myth to where we are today. What if we had gone in a different direction? What if we had really said, wow, I wonder why, even if it was Osama bin Laden and 19 Muslims, what if we have said, wow, what caused them to do this? Not like, oh, they hate our freedom and democracy. If that's true, why are we over there trying to impose our freedom and democracy on them? We're going to give you countries that didn't have anything to do with 9/11 something you hate. And that'll make you love us even more. So whether you believe, that I have 2 extremes for my 9/11 theory. The one extreme is that it's the official story. That's an extreme. The other extreme is like Dick Cheney was sitting in his bunker, planning it between heart attacks. Step 1, train Muslims to fly.